Ladies and gentlemen, today I have something very important to talk about. We are going to be discussing sex in business. So I was analysing my business and we were looking at the figures, looking at what services are working well, thinking back over the past year, and everything is going very well. I'm really proud of how far we've come and what we're working towards now in my business. But I was just thinking, something's missing. There's something missing recently in business. And not just in my business, but even when I'm talking to other people, there's just something missing. And I started to think back, what could it be? And there was just really one thing to focus on, and that is sex. So this might be a bit of a surprise because I'm not a relationship expert, and if you clicked on this video expecting some type of relationship advice, then I'm very sorry, but I'm just not that girl. I love talking about business and money related topics. So we are talking about sex in a business context. Let's not get it mixed up. But I just really feel like it's something that people don't talk about a lot. So a few things that this video is not about sex in the workplace. It's not about sleeping your way to the top or anything of that nature. No. What I'm talking about is something that my friend shared. I'll tell you the story. So a while ago I went to an event that my friend was running, and he does sales training, hardcore sales training, pause, but he does intense training about sales, and he mentioned a story. He said, oh, there's an acronym called S.E.X. And when he said that, I think he said to people, I'm sorry, I keep playing with my hair. Let me pause on that. So he was like, oh, do you use sex in business? And the audience just was like, huh? I was even thinking like, huh? Did he really just say that? Then he broke it down and he was explaining how sex is a type of acronym and a sales technique that you can use. We're going to be discussing that on this video. So to me, it's just such an important area because I like to do research before I come out and present these videos. I do like to get some information and really look into the background of what I'm discussing before I share it with you. So this morning I was researching sex in business. And I was researching sex sales techniques and sex acronyms. So tip, do not Google sex in business because you're going to get a list of really, what's the word? Topics that you do not want to see and you do not want in your history, your search history. So I've done that hard work. I've gone and done the research for you, and for some reason I couldn't find anything on this area, which really led me to do this video even more. So shout out to my friend who mentioned this acronym. I think maybe he just made it up. I don't even know. And a question to you, if you have ever heard of the sex technique in sales, drop it in the comments before we do get started. But what I'm going to do is my interpretation of how to use this in your business to boost your sales and to really importantly enjoy your business more and build the connection with your client, with your customer. So here it goes, how to use sex in business. Okay, so first things first, let's write out the acronym in the official sales training style. So of course we have S-E-X, which spells sex, of course. So I want to keep this video short, so we're going to get straight into it. So the S is what I would say stands for story, and the E is about eye contact. So I hope you can understand my writing. You know, whenever I bring out a whiteboard, then you know it's serious, then you know it's game time. Because I'm not really a whiteboard type of person, I'm more of a online webinar type of presentation style. Okay, then we have the X, which is for excited. Pretty cool. I'm gonna just put the E in brackets. But we all know how you spell excited, and what we're doing is we're using the X in excited. Okay, so that's what it really stands for, in my view. So it's about having a story, firstly. Story is, just to keep it simple, it could be your background, a bit on your background. Your pitch, of course, is what I'm talking about when I say story. The story of your product, your pitch, which is a whole separate training, a whole different video, but that's what the S stands for. Eye contact, this one is like massively underused, and it's really funny because quite often when I'm in situations, training situations, or if I'm at a networking event, or if I am even on the phone, I'll quite often study salespeople or business owners or entrepreneurs, and the eye contact one is really underused. So the key thing that you want to do is just like really just have a look at your client. Just look into their eyes. And it is really challenging. This is one of the hardest things to do, even if you're just looking at yourself in the mirror. I'm just playing. It's really hard. But basically, eye contact. You want to establish some eye contact, because what we're doing, this whole technique is about establishing connection. And quite often in a business situation, you don't have very long to do that. You just have a few seconds to really create an impression and get to know that person, and hopefully look to book a meeting or whatever the next step is in your process, right? So eye contact is really important, and we do a lot of work on the phones. So same type of thing. Even if you're on the phone, of course, you can't see the person, you can't see the prospect, or you can't see who you're talking to, but you can apply the same principle, because when you're making eye contact, what you're really doing is you're telling that person, like, you have my full attention, I'm focusing just on you, and I really want to get to know you. It's like, wow, isn't that quite seductive? So you kind of, yes, you are seducing the client in a way, but it's just communicating that they are important to you. That's the key takeaway from this video. So on the phone, similarly, clients, prospects, colleagues can easily tell if they don't have your full attention. If you're like fiddling around, reading your diary, making notes, or if you're on Skype and you're doing that, definitely no. Focus on just listening to what the person is saying, which is another tip around eye contact and establishing contact, establishing the connection. Even if you're on the phone, sometimes it's just about listening. And what I mean by that is, sometimes I will be listening to a salesperson who's pitching me on the phone, or I'll be looking at business people at a networking event, and I will just think to myself, like, wow, I don't know what you're saying, but you're really good looking. I don't mean to sound shallow. Bear with me. Hang on. So I'll be like, you're actually really good looking, but you're talking so much. I don't know why you're talking so much. Just chill. Like, they're just talking. Business pitch, it can do this for you, it can do that for you, change your life, you'll make money overnight. I'm like, chill. Like, you're kind of good looking. If you just gave me a second to take you in as a person, firstly, and then take in what you're saying, actually, maybe we could get somewhere. Because I'm not just an entrepreneur or a business owner, but just like you as well, before all of that, we are consumers. Like, I like shopping. People are always pitching me things, even just as a normal customer, as a normal client. You have experience in that way, in the same way. So what is it like when someone comes to you and they just start pitching and tell you all this stuff straight away? Like, you don't like it either, right? So eye contact, as in have a moment to pause, establish the connection, let them know that they're important just by focusing on them, and then you're good to go. So that's what I really mean when I talk about eye contact in that way. It's nothing sexual at this point, not in this video anyway. So then the X for excited. So excitement is just so crucial. This is, especially in the UK, let me put my marker down. Especially in the UK, right? It's like, I just really feel that people underestimate the value of passion in your business. And I've actually taken this on as my personal mission now, to just really encourage people, to invigorate them, to have fun and be playful and bring the passion into your business. Because let's put it in terms of money, right? Every successful person, every successful entrepreneur, top entrepreneur I can think of, is extremely passionate about their brand and their business and the work that they're doing and the lives that they're changing. So there's no question that passion and fun and playfulness does lead to money. So just believe me on that one. It's okay to have fun and be passionate in your business. And no, you may not see the money coming in like just like that. Oh, I'm having fun. Oh, where's the money? It's not you can't always see the return in that way. But the key thing is that it does start to have a compound effect. And why does that happen? That happens because you yourself are enjoying your business. So excited, staying excited, especially when you're pitching, for example, it's about having that energy, having the belief and the conviction that the work you're doing is going to transform the client's life, is actually contributing to society, is making a small contribution to the world as a whole. So it's really, really important in that way. So thank you guys for checking out this video. Please do thumbs up and hit the like button if you found this useful, if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe. Do come back for more tips. But yeah, in summary, this is the S.E.X, the S.E.X technique, the S.E.X acronym for use in business, and it's something I've actually been using, and I want to use it even more in my business, because naturally I'm actually quite shy. I'm quite an introverted person. So when I apply this, and when I think of this, when I go into a situation, like if it's a networking event, or if I'm presenting, or if I'm trying to get a new client, when I think of this, it just really centers me on what is important and reminds me of how to then be successful in my business. And it works every single time. So in my experience, every time, if I think back to every time I have successfully got a new client or had an opportunity come my way and it worked out very well, it's always, I attribute it to the power of S.E.X. It's always been a case where I've had a story, I've shared a pitch, I've told more about myself in a way. Eye contact, focused on the other person, and excited. I've just always been excited about what it is I'm doing or where my vision is taking me. Always, always, always. This is really important, and I think it's something that we all need to implement day to day. Maybe not just in business, but give it a try. Let me know your thoughts and leave it in the comments as well if you have any questions. And if you are looking to talk more one-on-one about strategy, business strategy, marketing, how to shamelessly promote yourself, then holler at me, Ruth at Taxedwork, and I'll be happy to tell you more details. Deuces!